Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the first episode of Iggsy Does It. Okay. Today I'd like to talk to you about fixing plumbing issues. If you're having water leaks in your roof. I noticed these new houses, they don't have the copper plumbing anymore. They've got some sort of PVC plumbing with T-junctions, joins and all sorts of things. So I noticed a leak a few days ago, and it was in my kitchen. It was dripping out of the range hood, and I thought it might be condensation. So I dried it up and I left it for a couple of days, and it was okay. But a few days later, the whole stovetop was drenched. It's T-junction, Sharkbite T-junction, or T-type fitting, right? What was wrong with it? This plastic bit here, on one of them, it's cracked, okay? So I don't know anything about these, okay? The only way I learnt was from watching YouTube videos and doing research on the internet. So I went into Bunnings and I showed him a picture. I showed the man, the plumbing expert, a picture of what the leak is and where it's coming from. And look, he was basically diverting me to Reese Plumbing and this plumbing and that plumbing, and basically had no idea. So I said, look, is there a quick fix, for now, so we can take showers and that, otherwise I had to turn the main off because it just constantly leaks, and it's actually causing damage in the walls. Like the walls are starting to bubble and all sorts of things. So so basically, he gave me the runaround, and when I asked him, is there any way I can put some silicone or some sort of glue, and he gave me, he recommended to get fish tank silicone, right? He said this is the only thing that might temporarily fix it. But what he didn't tell me was all I needed was this $15 fitting, right? And these $4 fitting connector discs, okay? So it's the 20mm one that I need. Basically that clips onto that, and releases the pipes. You clip that back in, bang, slip, and that's it. So I'm going to get up in the manhole now. I'm going to try and bring you guys with me so you can have a look how it's done. And if this works, I'm not sure it's going to work, but if this works, it could save you hundreds of dollars. Okay, it's a $15 part and $3-4 for the disconnector kit, all from Bunnings, which the plumber expert couldn't help me with. Alright guys, so that's the pipe there. That's the T-junction that's been leaking. As you can see, I've put some silicone there. Not silicone, sorry. Yeah, silicone. Clear fish tank silicone, in hope to fix it. Okay, that's the fitting. That's the new fitting there, and these are the tools that I need. Right, the clip, the fitting, and a knife to get off that stupid silicone that stupid man told me to put on there. Alright, let's see how that goes. Alright, so first I'll use this clip remover thingy to remove the existing pipes. Now hopefully I've turned the main off, the main water, so hopefully okay, so I just put the silicone on a couple of hours ago, so it's still pretty loose. I can get that off by hand. And hopefully I've turned on all the taps and there's no water coming out of them, so hopefully when I undo this, the water won't start pissing out. Okay. Well, that's a 16mm pipe there, isn't it? And that's a 20mm. 20mm, 16mm. Luckily in the kit came the 20 and the 16mm. Now to get comfortable again. Okay, so got the 20mm and we've got the 16mm. Alright,
So this one's a 16mm, clicks into there, hopefully, and that just comes off just like that. How easy was that? And then I get the 20mm, clip it on there, right, pull that one, give it a gentle pull, that's that one. Then I'll put it on this side, if you can see, right, and that just clips onto there, give it a push. Oh shit. But that's okay, because hopefully I'll only need to use that clip once. Right. So, oh no, 16mm, not 20. What's the time? 4:10. Back to Bunnings. Alright, so this time I got the right fitting. 20 by 16. This pipe here is 16mm, 20, 16. Make sure you get a measuring gauge to know which one's which. Okay, so basically, according to the video, all you do is just click them in and make sure they go in all the way. So let's have a go without damaging anything else. Okay, so let's see. You got to click them all the way in. So that looks like it's all the way in. And try not to damage the O-rings, because that's what was broken on the old one, this O-ring. Okay, I'll put it in, bang, done. This one, bang, done. And just by doing that, you probably save yourself a few $100s.
Okay, so what do we learn there? One, don't listen to the Bunnings professionals, or anyone really, unless you see it yourself and you see what's going on. So basically this is the old fitting here, right, the shark fitting, and this is the stupid silicone that the bloke told me to put on. Now, I don't know if you can see in there, right, it's kind of like deteriorated on the inside. Okay, so that's all it was. And these things are so easy to take off, right? There's this thing that you use that clicks that in, and when that clicks in, right, clicks in and out, when that clicks in, boop, the pipe comes out, goes back in and it locks in there. Beautiful. So I put the new one in, clap, clap, perfect. Turn the mains back on, and make sure I've got the missus to climb up in the roof and to call me. Say, alright, if there's any water pissing out anywhere, call me straight away. So she was like, no, it's all good. I came back, had a look, and yeah, hopefully it holds on. But that's pretty much it, guys. Look, do your research. It could save you hundreds, if not thousands. This morning I had no idea how to fix it. I had no clue, never seen anything like that. By the afternoon, I'm an expert. I expected a $1,000 bill. It cost me 20 bucks. So that's the first video for Iggsy Does It. I'll be posting other videos later on of how I service my cars, my bikes, any other do-it-yourself, save money kind of things. So yeah, if you got anything out of that, like, subscribe, and have a good day.